All right, good morning. Good morning, Cameron. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right. Already working as per my normal.
Hooah, hooah. And how about you people out there in TV land? How y'all doing this morning? You got the chat down there. You can. I'm not actually rhetorical at you. You can say something. Say good morning. Let us know who you are, where you are, what you're up to. So this morning, hey, there's Krista. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning. I just got a message from Restream that says, congratulations, you've received 100 messages today. Well, I only see one, but that's an interesting statistic I hadn't expected to get hit in the face with this morning.
Especially that early. That's impressive.
Right? Lindsay's with us. She says good morning to the BFM fam. Okay. Well, I've got a couple things pulled up that I want to talk about. Oh. You know what? I had another thing pulled up, and I seem to have closed it. So let me see if I can find it real quick. I think I know right where it is, and it's pertinent to what we're talking about this morning. Doobie doobie doo.
Doobie doobie doo.
Do. And I found it. Alrighty. So, let me pop over to here. Yes. In the article view, I guess I could turn the counter off. We're not doing firearms this morning. So I want to talk about this some tweets from Joe Biden. So this is actually a tweet from CNN, and I'm going to read it to you because, for one, some of you just aren't watching. Some of you are driving and listening, including my co-host. So CNN says, President Trump claims Joe Biden called him xenophobic for imposing travel restrictions. Now this is from back in September. So there were still debates going on in some places. Facts first. And here's the fact check. This is lacking context. Did Joe Biden say Trump was xenophobic for imposing travel restrictions on China? This is lacking context. Evidence. It's not clear Biden even knew about Trump's China travel restrictions when he called Trump xenophobic on the day the restrictions were unveiled. Biden has never explicitly linked his accusation of xenophobia to these travel restrictions. That's the statement from CNN on their fact check. So, fact-checking the fact checkers. This one's not complicated, kids. But apparently the computer doesn't want to cooperate. So, I want you to look at that date. This is February 1st, 2020. We are in the midst of a crisis with the coronavirus, says Joe Biden in a tweet. We need to lead the way with science, not Donald Trump's record of hysteria, xenophobia, and fear-mongering. He is the worst possible person to lead our country through a global health emergency. Okay. CNN wants me to believe that statement is made without any knowledge of the travel ban happening on the same day. It's not as if the travel ban went unannounced previously. And then we have another tweet from the Biden here. So, this is from March 18th, 2020. And remember, CNN's fact check said that Joe Biden never linked his claims of Donald Trump being xenophobic with the China virus or the ban on the China virus. So
this was Me More Monday. It sounds an awful lot like now we're doing WTF CNN early.
We're kind of there. But something happened this weekend, and I'm building up to it, right? So, Donald Trump on March 18th tweeted, I always treated the China virus very seriously and have done a very good job from the beginning, including my very early decision to close the borders from China. Against the wishes of almost all, many lives were saved. The fake news new narrative is disgraceful and false. And Joe Biden replied on the same day, "Stop the xenophobic fear-mongering. Be honest. Take responsibility. Do your job."
Well, Joe Biden's handler tweeted.
Well, no. Joe Biden tweeted. Because
Joe Biden's account tweeted.
Joe Biden approved somebody to make this statement on his behalf. His agent is empowered and authorized to speak on his behalf. If that agent speaks, when you hire an insurance agent, you and the agent are culpable for frauds you commit. Because that agent is your agent. And you would have to fight in court to divorce yourself from that agent's fraud in order to prove that you weren't involved. So
Dude, I think you're over-explaining my joke.
So Joe Biden tweeted, I know, but I don't want this to get lost on anybody. Joe Biden tweeted this. "Stop the xenophobic fear-mongering. Be honest. Take responsibility. Do your job." In direct reply to Donald Trump, talking about the China virus specifically, and Trump calling it the China virus. Whatever you think about the use of that language, we call it the China virus because it comes from China. And he's specifically talking about
two of us.
Closing the point. God,
we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. I'm sorry.
No, we're not. But I mean, right there, that's in black and white. Joe Biden absolutely linked the travel ban to his xenophobia accusations. 100%, boom. We got it from Joe Biden. Closing travel to China is xenophobic fear-mongering. So, Joe Biden has been the president for a little less than a week now. And, oh dear, I hope the audio works on this.
In a dramatic effort to contain the spread of new COVID-19 variants, President Joe Biden is set to impose a travel ban on most non-U.S. citizens entering the country. In South Africa, Biden will also reinstate the entry ban on nearly all non-U.S. travelers who have been in Brazil, the UK, Ireland, and 26 other European countries. That ban, in effect since March, was rescinded by President Trump just days before his term ended.
We're in a race against these variants. The virus is going to change, and it's up to us to adapt and to make sure that we're staying ahead.
Health officials are extremely concerned about the South African variant, which is 50% more infectious and has...
Okay, they're telling me that they're getting audio, but the audio is too low.
Oh, that's sad, because I could hear it just fine.
Yeah, okay. Live is hard mode. You guys bear with me just a second. And, Cameron, can you kind of speak to it a little bit while I try to sort this out?
Well, yeah, it's to sum it all up. Travel bans work. I mean, because of course we talked about this on the show, and at the time we even compared it to the hysteria over the things with all Mexicans are rapists. God, I really feel like I wish I could see the chat.
Krista said, I turned it way up, so when you started talking, I may have lost an eye through my eardrum. Day 37 without tacos. I've gone deaf in my left nostril.
Anyhow, we talked about it on the show, and even compared it to the whole Mexico is sending us their criminals, their drug dealers and rapists and whatever. And that got conflated into Mexicans are rapists. And the same thing happened here. Donald Trump was like, hey, it seems an awful lot like China might be the place this virus came from. So maybe we should just, kind of slow down travel to and from China. And
to be clear, when the virus broke out, just don't forget this. China banned all travel between provinces in China, but did not
travel.
ban travel. They let travel go on apace from specifically Wuhan to the rest of the world. Right.
Yeah.
So make no mistake. We talked about the strategic and tactical importance of the fact that the virus was in China on this show several times before Trump even banned travel in China, because there were all the conspiracy theories, and there's some evidence and some credibility to several of them, but there were all the different theories. Oh well, it came from the wet markets. It's a byproduct of gutter oil whooping cough, or it was designed in a lab, or it was a bat bit somebody. It was being studied in a lab, and then it was mishandled in the lab and broke containment by accident. It was intentionally designed in a lab and weaponized as a new biological warfare scenario. And there were all those different theories, and I was pointing out, look, it doesn't matter. It absolutely does not matter how the virus came into being. The fact of the matter, the incontrovertible, unargued fact, nobody's debating this. It began in Wuhan, China. So however it started there, the simple fact is Wuhan, China, which means the Chinese Communist Party, suddenly had control over the travel and the distribution of a deadly virus. And they used it. It doesn't matter how that virus infected humans if it is then possible for that virus to spread in a pandemic. And China chose not to restrict that spread. That was a tactical decision that is indistinct from intentionally designing a biological weapon. If you just happen to have access to a biological weapon and the distribution, the launch code for it is just don't stop anybody from getting on airplanes, well, that's not a hard button to push. So strategically, functionally, the distinction is utterly immaterial. Right? So I'm gonna try one more time. I think I did something good for the audio. Good luck, headphone users.
Has been detected. Dramatic effort to contain the spread of new COVID-19 variants, President Joe Biden is set to impose a travel ban on most non-U.S. citizens entering the country who have recently been in South Africa, where a new, more contagious strain of COVID is spreading widely. Biden will also reinstate an entry ban on nearly all non-U.S. travelers who have been in Brazil, the U.K., Ireland, and 26 other European countries. That ban, in effect since March, was rescinded by President Trump just days before his term ended.
We're in a race against these variants. The virus is going to change, and it's up to us to adapt and to make sure that we're staying ahead.
Health officials are extremely concerned about the South African variant, which is 50% more infectious and has been detected in at least 20 countries, but not yet in the United States.
So, it's not complicated. Donald Trump was racist against Chinese people, and Joe Biden hates black people. Right? That's what we... Everybody got that, right? Cameron, did I lose you?
No.
I had your video for a second there.
Yeah, 2 seconds.
Okay. So, good old, he's going to put you back in chains. I don't want my kids growing up in a racial jungle. Joe Biden said, wait, they got China virus in Africa? Well, I need to shut that shit down. But it's not xenophobic because he's prostrated himself in front of the right demagogues. I mean, oh, Biden. This is going to be fun, guys. It's going to be a rough 4 years, but the analytic material will be endless. The comedy from this will be endless. I mean, Joe Biden has already destroyed what I think we're up to 100,000 jobs now between the Keystone XL pipeline and a couple other things. And oh, by the way, now after complaints that the budget's being mishandled and oh well we just don't have enough money to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, but we're going to start paying for foreign abortions again. That's yeah. Oh yeah. So, yeah, Steve pointed out, and also he decided that your washing machines do not need to use enough water to clean your clothes. Screw you and screw Trump's hair. Your showers will henceforth be regulated. It's psychotic. But you know, Trump was really bad at doing the one thing that America has done a really good job of for the last 50 or 60 years. And Joe Biden is going to fix that. Joe Biden is going to come back and make sure that once again we are back in we're back in leading the charge as the world's number one exporter of bombing brown people.
Yeah, well, you can hear me, right?
I can.
And you can see me?
I can indeed.
That is fantastic news. Okay. Let's just back up though. Seriously. Remember back then, what was it, January 23rd? Almost a year ago, literally. Donald Trump said, maybe we should restrict travel to China. And then, remember, like Nancy Pelosi in particular, go to Chinatown and, spend your money. Like, that's... First of all, just how racist are Democrats in general, where they hear the word China and the first thing they think of is Chinatown? Like, seriously. And it's our side that has the problem of tripping over their own prejudices.
Yeah.
But
the most important thing that I know about Chinatown is that's where Jews go for Christmas.
Wow, that was offensive on so many levels.
It's not, though.
Bravo,
it's not, though.
Sir.
Okay, so we...
No, the truth is offensive. Don't do it. Don't do it. The truth is offensive.
Except it's not. If you're offended by the truth, you're offensive.
Well, it's 2021, sir, and the truth is offensive. I have my truth. You have your truth. Anyhow. But no, that's what kicked off the whole stream of lies and bullshit. Like, just remember, at the same time, all this was going on.
Real quick,
remember,
my mom just tuned in and said good morning, so stop using the fuck word for a while. Love you, Ma.
Yes, sir. But that's when the lies began, and it was not only was it just Donald Trump's the racist and the bigot and the xenophobe, and you should go shop at Chinatown. That's also when the impeachment kicked into high gear. I remember when they told us, I don't know, masks are no big deal. Don't worry about it. Now it's a social stigma if you don't wear a mask. And I dare say, man, that mask thing ain't going away anytime soon, unless, of course, Joe Biden can take credit for curing the virus. But the point is, all those lies there in the beginning, and one of the biggest lies that they told us is that we should feel bad about restricting travel to other countries. And now here we are Joe Biden is restricting travel to those wear your mask or you hate old people. Yes, exactly. You want grandma to die. Nobody wants their grandmother to die. What's wrong with you?
I just keep hoping that somebody's going to walk up to me with that. And it's, I'll be straight. I saw it in a meme, but I just so want to go there. You know, some asshole in public walk up, hey, why aren't you wearing a mask? Don't you know you're killing me? And I'm like, yeah, but I haven't been wearing a mask for like 40 years. How much longer is it going to take?
Anyhow, but did you catch in that news segment that you played that just a couple of days before Trump left office, he rescinded some of these travel bans? And I gotta tell you, I got a chuckle out of that. So Donald Trump goes, okay, fine, I'll just take all the travel bans off. So that the Biden administration has no choice but to come in and reinstate the travel bans, thereby proving Donald Trump's policies correct. Now, the left won't catch it because, unfortunately, they are on the left. But anybody that says that Donald Trump never plays 4D chess, even if he just does it because he is narcissistic and selfish and all of these things, to suggest that he doesn't play the game, as it were, no, you just aren't paying attention.
Well,
I got thrown out of H&M loudly by a flamboyant gay boy this weekend because I wasn't wearing my mask properly. What's an H&M?
it's probably one of those weirdo Yankee grocery stores like Shop and Slave. Krista says she got thrown out of a GameStop over it before Christmas. I
got thrown out of a Zaxby's by a manager who himself was not wearing his mask properly. So I pulled out my phone and started taking pictures of him, and he got offended. He was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'll just, taking these pictures so that you're embarrassing me and throwing me out of your restaurant. I just, just in case this comes back around.
Put them up, man. Put them on Facebook and all that. And hey, Zaxby's manager wears mask incorrectly. And that's, I hadn't intended on having this conversation on the show today, but this is a road that we're going to have to go down.
Better go down it quick.
The enemy will cancel you. And they continue to be successful with the cancel culture because we don't play by those rules. We don't play that game. And I don't want to play that game. But either when the enemy is constantly using suicide bombers, you either have to start using suicide bombers yourself or you have to develop an effective counter plan. So I'm not saying that we need to start using suicide bombers to counter the left suicide bombers, but we do need an effective counter plan. And that's something that we're going to have to develop. I'm working on some stuff with some people whose names you'll recognize when we get there, but we're not there yet. But there must be an effective counter strategy. The enemy is dangerous. And when I say the enemy is dangerous, I want you to understand something. Joe Biden just took office, and on day one, he increased your tax brackets. Okay? Next year, you will get half. If you're lucky, if you're somebody who works on a W-2 and gets a tax return, you'll get half back. If you're somebody who works for yourself and you will pay twice. You will pay double. Okay? All your tax rates just went up extraordinarily. Especially on independent small business owners. Make no mistake, the ridiculous lockdowns, this wasn't, it was fear-mongering to manipulate the election, to manipulate your voter choices right? That was part of it. But another big part of it, the Great Reset is real. They pushed the Great Reset is not a thing that is in doubt. This is something that the big boys are talking about a lot. It's being mentioned by the Prime Minister of Canada, so on and so forth. The objective is to wipe out the ability of independent people to achieve and prosper. The objective is to eliminate the ability of independent people to start a business and grow it to be competitive with the big businesses. That's why all your McDonald's and Burger Kings stayed open all through the pandemic, but your mom and pop shops weren't allowed to open, even to do takeout or delivery service. The objective is to eliminate you. The objective is a global slave state where you will own nothing and you'll be happy about it. That's not an accusation or speculation. That's a slogan from the website. So,
we didn't even make it to the Bernie meme.
We didn't, but I'm sure everybody's seen the Bernie meme. The best comment I've seen on the Bernie in his mittens meme so far is the first several days of the Biden presidency have proved one thing. If nothing else, we've learned that America will literally put Bernie Sanders anywhere but the White House. And on that note, a little bit of housekeeping. No show tomorrow. I've got an early appointment. I will be on the road instead of on the show. And then one other day this week, we're probably not, I don't know which day yet. We probably won't have a show at least one other day this week because it looks like I'm going to go and guest on another show with Just for Fun Radio with DJ Scotty Spence. We're talking. We haven't settled anything yet, but we'll see what happens there. And hopefully I'm not doing that Wednesday. Hopefully I'm doing that with him Thursday. Yeah, because I want to be here for Firearms Friday, and I want to be here on Wednesday to tell you that I'm doing that show on Thursday. But if I'm not here Wednesday morning, look for me on Just for Fun Radio, and I will see you guys sometime later this week. I'm not sure yet. But we love you. Thanks for watching. Y'all be safe out there.